See, that's another strategy you guys have up your sleeve if it's like
Oh,
if
yeah.
needed, yeah, you can actually separate out to make sure that
Yeah.
person gets a good night as well. I think it's a great tip. You hear a lot of people doing that, and I think it's something that's
Mhm.
kind of also apart from the family bed being more normalized, it's
Mhm.
also that destigmatizing the separation of sleeping in separate beds
Yeah.
sometimes with the
Yeah.
adults actually being the best way to get everybody the rest they need.
Yeah. So I was actually talking to a friend the other day, um, and she was saying about how she's got a 6-month-old now. That's her fourth, um, and her eldest is the same age as Callaghan. And she was saying that when the eldest was a baby, her husband was working these rolling night shifts, so he was doing slightly different hours every day.
Oh,
Um,
yuck.
and it was just really not conducive to trying to get sleep with the newborn and whatever. And so they had separated into sleeping in different rooms right from as soon as she was born, if not before, because he was doing this night shift thing. And it was the way that they got the most sleep. And then now, um, they're looking at moving, and when looking at moving, they're looking at different houses with different room setups and stuff. So at the moment, she's got one of those, like, that picture with the IKEA beds and the big family bed with
Oh,
the
yeah, with
bunk
the
up the
bunks.
top,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, the bunks and stuff. She's got it set up a bit like that with her and the girls, and then hubby's in a different room. But in looking at different houses, they've been like, oh, we might have to go back to sharing a room. They're both not keen on that because they get so much better sleep without sharing a room. So, but their relationship is great. So, and they just had a fourth baby. So obviously sex is still happening.
Well, this is the thing. It's like people need to be a bit creative about how they think people actually, make babies. Because I know,
Yeah.
like my husband and I, when we had, the two boys close together, there was a time when things were getting tough, where we were both getting so tired. We were not good for each other in terms of like he
Yeah.
couldn't really give me the help I needed to be able to get through the challenges as well. And so on those occasions, to be like, right, you're sleeping in the spare room for the next few nights.
Yep.
And then you're on in the morning, mate. Like
Yeah.
you get some sleep. They're all yours in the morning. And then we would find that we'd actually then have a lot more time for each other in terms of
Yeah.
relationship because we actually got some sleep. So I
Exactly.
don't
Yeah.
I
If
don't
you're not
really know what
sleeping
people
well.
think's going on in beds like when you're all tired, but I know in our house there was nothing but crankiness, certainly
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
action was to be had, I can tell you. So
Yeah.
sometimes separating out actually is the best way to support the relationship.